Okay, let's unpack this. Do you ever feel like you're just a sponge for everyone else's pain? Soaking in all that stress or anger or sadness that isn't even yours?
Yeah, that feelings is so common.
Right. And what if I told you that, like, 2,500 years ago, the Buddha actually taught how to stop doing that, how to stop absorbing it all and find this unshakable inner freedom?
It's pretty amazing stuff.
So that's our deep dive today. We're looking at some profound Buddhist wisdom, drawing from texts like the Dhammapada, in the Buddha's words, and what the Buddha taught, and our mission, really finding that emotional resilience through these, well, ancient insights.
And what's really fascinating here is how the Buddha, he kind of pinpointed the very root of why we soak up so much suffering.
Okay, so what's the mechanism there?
Well, according to what the Buddha taught, a lot of our emotional suffering, what they call dukkha, it stems from this insatiable thirst. It's a craving, Tom.
Thirst, like wanting things.
Yeah, wanting things to be different, basically. And that craving, combined with the kind of ignorance of vijja, not really seeing how things are, leads straight to clinging, upada.
Clinging, so we grab onto things emotionally.
Exactly. We unconsciously cling to, our identity, what others think of us, our own reactions, all of it. And the more we identify with this fixed idea of me, this self, the more pain just sticks. There's a verse in the Dhammapada that captures this perfectly. Verse 3, it says, "He abused me, he struck me, he defeated me. Those who harbor such thoughts do not still their hatred."
Wow, so it's that internal story we tell ourselves, that holding on that keeps the suffering going.
Precisely. That's the fuel.
So if clinging to this idea of self is the core problem, how do we even begin to, like, untangle that?
Well, the Buddha gave us this really profound framework. It's called the 3 marks of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And they fundamentally reshape how you understand pain in yourself.
Okay, the 3 marks, what are they?
First is dukkha, often translated as suffering, but it's maybe better understood as unsatisfactoriness. It's acknowledging that life, by its nature, involves change and, well, things not always being perfect or lasting. It's just part of the deal.
It's not about being miserable all the time, then.
Not at all. It's just realistic. And that leads right into the second mark, anicca, impermanence.
Everything changed.
Everything. Absolutely everything. Our feelings, thoughts, sensations, even the world around us, it's all constantly arising and passing away. And the teaching connects these. Whatever is impermanent is dukkha.
Because you can't hold on to it.
Right. And if everything is in flux, then pain itself can't be permanent either. It has to change. It has to pass.
Okay, that makes sense. And the third one?
Anicca. No self. This one can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, it sounds strange.
It's not saying you don't exist. It's saying there's no fixed, permanent, unchanging self or I at the core of your experience. All those thoughts, feelings, sensations, they're processes, phenomena, but they don't belong to a static me.
So applying that to emotional pain, it's not mine in some permanent way.
Exactly. You can start to see it as just passing mental weather, like clouds drifting by, or like a shimmering mirage. It looks real, but it's described as void, hollow, insubstantial.
Wow, okay. Seeing it that way, that could be liberating. Less personal.
It really can be. And the practical way to cultivate this, the antidote to just soaking it all up, involves developing 2 things: serenity, or samatha, and insight, vipassana.
Serenity and insight, how do those help?
Well, samatha calms the mind, makes it steady. And vipassana is the clear seeing, the insight into those 3 marks we just talked about: impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, no self. Together, as in the Buddha's words points out, they let you observe pain without getting swept away by it.
Observe it, not become it.
Yes. There's this idea of an instructed noble disciple, someone who's trained in this. When they feel physical pain, they recognize it, but they don't add the second layer of mental suffering. They don't start grieving or getting distraught about the pain.
So they feel the raw sensation, but not the story around it.
That's a good way to put it. They feel one feeling, a bodily one, not a mental one. It's like watching a flame, You can observe its heat and light without sticking your hand in. Can you witness an emotion without diving into it? The Buddha says yes.
And this is where the Noble Eightfold Path fits in, right? That's the practical how-to.
Exactly. It's the roadmap. It includes things like right view, understanding these truths we're discussing, but also right mindfulness and right concentration.
It's actual mental training.
Very much so. It's a system for training your mind to stay centered, to not get yanked around by every emotional storm. The goal is deep, calm, insight, and ultimately nibbana, freedom from suffering. It's about changing your fundamental response.
And did the Buddha use, like, analogies to make this clear?
Oh, absolutely. Some really powerful ones. He compared a well-trained mind to a solid rock.
Unshakable.
Right. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, even so the wise are not moved by praise or blame. That's from the Dhammapada. Unmoved by external ups and downs.
I like that. Any others?
There's the simile of the saw. It's quite intense, actually.
Oh.
It illustrates how to endure really extreme provocation, like hateful speech, by keeping your mind steady and filled with loving kindness, no matter what. A disciple asked him how to handle angry people, and the Buddha basically said, train yourself. My mind will remain unaffected.
Wow. That's a high bar, but it shows the potential, I guess. Real inner strength.
It's a blueprint for resilience, yeah.
So bringing this all back, what does this mean for someone listening right now dealing with everyday emotional stuff?
It means you really can change your relationship with pain. You start by observing it, seeing it as impermanent, realizing it's not truly yours in that fixed, solid way.
Not part of your core identity.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, this inner steadiness starts to emerge.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on non-clinging. You let the pain, the difficult emotion pass through you, not stick to you. You witness it instead of becoming it.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Imagine applying that idea of non-clinging, even just to something small, right? A daily annoyance.
Like getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Or, a frustrating email, some minor irritation. Instead of fighting it, just observe it. Maybe even whisper to yourself, this isn't really mine. This will pass.
Watching it like a leaf floating down a river.
Exactly. Don't jump in after it. Just let it float by. And what if doing that, even for a second with a small thing, could actually give you a real moment of that unshakable peace?